So the director has stated that in casting, he wanted to find actors who had personalities that were very similar to their characters. Do you guys agree? Do you think that you're very similar to your characters?
In a lot of ways, yes, and then in some ways, no. I guess what I love about Lissa is her empathy and her energy she's got a really loving energy, and she goes a little bit crazy for a while, but underneath...
Just a little.
It's a little bit mental, sorry about that.
Well, which version did you like better? The crazy one or the quiet, sweet one?
Well, I think the crazy one was really fun because it was different to how I normally am. Except for that time of the month, maybe.
Maybe I should ask you guys.
I should say that.
Maybe I should ask you guys to talk about each other. Do you think that she's very similar to her character Lissa?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Yeah, the very sweet, that very sensitive, kind of ethereal, almost angelic in that way. Yeah, but the crazy one, we only see that very rarely from Lucy.
Okay, so then what about Dominic? Would you say that he
nice.
is very similar to Christian?
Well, he does have the mysterious eyes,
The
so he's got
brooding.
that going on. But I guess, because Christian is a very dark character, and Dom does it so well. Like, he can play that, the guy who's, got the tortured past. But he's in life he has a much lighter energy. He doesn't take himself seriously. He makes jokes about himself every second.
Yeah, pretty goofy.
Yeah, he falls over all the time. And
That's good.
Now the world knows.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
I really liked this film. I found it to be very dark and sleek, but still very exhilarating.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find those same characteristics in the script when you read it?
Yeah, very much so. I think that was kind of a theme sort of throughout. It was very important that we did have that kind of, the very light, kind of mean girls, teenagers in school going through all of that, but completely circumvented with the eternal battle for good and evil. So it was important that there was a kind of dark thread throughout whilst we were covering things that could potentially be very light.
yeah, and the writer Dan Waters, he wrote Heathers, which has that really quirky humor and this kind of darkness to it as well. So it was the perfect film for him to write, because he's managed to create this tone that's really offbeat and different to anything that I've seen. So it was really exciting to get the chance to bring that to life.
I'm curious on a film like this, because it's kind of darker. What is it like when the cameras aren't rolling? Are you guys just messing around, goofing around with each other?
Yeah, kind of. I think we really snapped that kind of. That's what's nice about a cast like ours, is we all grew very close to each other, and we all had an amazing kind of comfortability with each other. So when we did have to do things that, obviously you went through some stuff that was really dark, and so did I, and kind of everyone does really. It's very nice that you can walk off set and really brush that off.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah.
I think one thing is that it's a comedy and it's got so much light humor to it, but I know at least I was taking it all very seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that makes it work, is that the comedy, we're all taking it really seriously. So it felt quite intense. So in order to disperse that tension between cuts, we would just be really silly and goof around.
Made in Hollywood.